Kick it.
All right.
Alright,
What's that?
Thank you, Bruno. To the TMFFL Podcast 2.0. Getting it started with your commissioner, 5-1. Bruno Sharklave Rosa, a.k.a. the tight end whisperer, a.k.a. the best Rosa, a.k.a. the only Rosa, a.k.a. 2014 champion.
Big ego.
Here I am. Welcome, everyone. Let me pass it to Gil Pichardo, #1 New York Giants fan.
Oh, man, I don't know about #1, but I love the Giants, man, although they look like the midgets lately. Holla at your boy, all the way from Orlando, Florida, man. Enjoy your cup of tea, Bruno. What is that?
Thank you. It's peach tranquility.
Peach, I wouldn't expect you to drink anything gayer than that.
Well, that's how I roll, man. That's how I roll.
Gorgeous is joining us today with a Super Bowl ring as his face. Gorgeous, what's going on, Smiles?
Hey, what up, y'all? It's Smiles Gorgeous, a.k.a. Fatty G, a.k.a. Big Gorgeous, a.k.a. 40 Ounce, a.k.a. Take Money, Make Money, a.k.a. Future Champion 2014, 2015, baby. Happy to see you, boys.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, this guy. Welcome to the podcast. First time here. We missed you last time. I feel like this is going to be better with you because the league this year has been pretty much a story of gorgeous. It's been nothing but crazy trades since week 1.
As a matter of fact, I was hoping as commissioner you might do me a favor of approving the trade that just went through.
Oh, no.
That Terrence Williams.
Oh, yeah, I'll be happy to. So let's start there. Let's start with that one, and then let's start at the beginning. What is your trade strategy? Do you just not give a fuck about any of your players? Everybody's on free agency for you?
You know, it started out, I wasn't going to trade anybody, and then I said, that makes too much sense, right? Why not do the opposite of that? Nobody be thinking that, so I ended up trading everybody. But I'll tell you this, and this is a fact, I managed to pick up Giovanni Bernard, DeMarco Murray, Jimmy Graham, Drew Brees, who otherwise there's no way in hell I would have picked up in the draft. So, gotta say, I'm feeling good, baby.
Yeah, I mean, you're 5-1. I'm hating on you. I've been hating on you since day 1, but you're 5-1. I can't hate on that.
5-1, I don't play defenses. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Oh, man, it pisses me off to no end. You're 5-1, and you don't even play defenses. You started 6 players one week, and I still don't know how you won.
That's right.
All right, and what were you thinking on this last trade here?
You know, as much as I want the Atlanta coach to start playing Anton Smith, I figured try and sell him at a high.
What?
You know, I like the fact that Terrence Williams, obviously he's a Cowboy player, so that's going to boost him 5 points already right off the bat with me. The fact that their schedule, if you take a look at it, is pretty damn easy.
Next few games up here, New York Giants, Washington, Arizona, at Jacksonville, a bye week, and then Giants, Philly, Chicago, Philly.
Exactly. We got nothing but divisional games, too, towards the end there. So you talk about a player wanting to win, that's what you want towards a championship. Y'all niggas slept on him. I got him.
I like it. I like it, especially now that this was the first ever live on podcast upheld trade by a commissioner. We got a podcast first here, gentlemen.
There we go. Appreciate it, kindly.
What trade was upheld?
Oh, welcome to the podcast, Gil. Welcome.
Well, yeah, I was, my microphone wasn't working, and you guys completely disappeared for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. It was Gorgeous's latest trade of Anton Smith, the 4-touch bandit. I don't know how he scores these many points with only touching the ball 4 times per game. And Andre Holmes, his most recent free agent pickup, for Terrence Williams. Wide receiver 2 now, right?
That's right.
For the Cowboys. All right, I got a couple things to touch on here. You know what? I had this saved for later, And since I've been wanting to do this via podcast, I want to try something. While we're on the subject of Cowboys, watch this.
I hope you realize your mic is mute.
Hey, you should just stand there looking stupid. That'd be good.
No?
Now we can hear you.
No, I know, but you guys couldn't see the video?
Nah. You gotta share that shit, dog.
All right, hang on. Let me try this again. And... No, that's not it. Where is this? There's got to be screen share somewhere. There we go.
We'll need to hire a producer one day, I'm telling you.
Yeah, definitely. Tell me, are you guys seeing my screen now?
There it is. Oh, yeah. Glory hole.
Here we go. Let's try this again. Look at that.
So I have that perspective.
Smile gorgeous. Defend your boy. Defend your boy.
You know, this one bugs me the most. Just goes to show, one, how many fans we truly have out there in America for this to be as big as it is. I mean, I'm not even sure if anybody else watched any other coaches' speeches, period, let alone this one. He says one word, glory hole, which I have to remind you, being a Southern gentleman myself, glory hole means a very different thing than the anus. I feel like it's completely immature of individuals such as yourself to come at someone like Jerry Jones, fine gentleman, fine owner, fine producer of talent that he is, to have to actually go at him and believe that he meant what he meant. And
what did you think he meant? Do you think he just meant glory days?
we're chasing the ring, baby. We're chasing what you see on your screen right now. That subliminal message popping in everybody's face. We're getting that glory hole, getting that championship.
According to Jerry Jones, you're chasing the chocolate-covered starfish, gorgeous.
There you go. That's more like it. He's a dirty old man.
He is. He really is.
Senile.
I can't say I disagree with that. As a matter of fact, I kind of admire that about the man. I mean, he still knows how to be classy, still knows how to chase that 22-year-old, so I'm good with it.
If you had to be an NFL owner, football owner, who would you be and why?
Absolutely Jerry Jones. Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
First of all, I love the attention. Y'all know that about this league. I love the haters in the league. I love all the attention everyone gets. Cowboys, America's team. No one can deny that. Me being the American patriot that I am, it's fitting that you guys have named my team in the league America's team, so I appreciate that first and foremost.
What are you talking about, dude? You couldn't.
That never happened.
Yeah.
Listen, America's team. I got it. I appreciate it.
Unbelievable. All right, Gil, what owner would you be?
Oh, I would for sure be Jerry Jones because I don't know any fucking other owner out there.
That's right. Case in point, baby.
But who named the Cowboys America's team? Who?
Some corrupt motherfucker somewhere.
Seriously.
Absolutely. There's no other owners nearly as famous as Jerry Jones. It's not even close. The publicity.
That Colts owner? Are you kidding me? I'd love to be Jim Irsay.
Another guy with a DUI. Oh my God, there's no excuse. If you're that rich, you should not be driving. You can't be driving around drunk. We were talking about this before the podcast started, Gil and I. Michael Phelps got a second DUI. This was a few days ago, but Michael Phelps, Olympic, how many medals did he have? 6 medals, however many medals? I don't know. What's his excuse? There's no excuse. Get a cab. You just do. You know how they have burner phones? Get a burner car. No excuse.
Yeah.
Come on, boys. Speaking of not performing to their standards. There's I think on the group text today somebody mentioned something that I want to start. I want to have our first ever podcast segment, and I have 4 players here. I want to start the "Why Isn't He Good" segment. I'm going to call on some of you, and I'm going to be in this too. So, Gil, let me start with you because this player is on your team. All right. You're going to have to defend this player and tell me why he's not good. So if you want to pull up your league page to look at his stats or something, let me know. I'm going to give you CJ Spiller, originally drafted in the 4th round in a keeper league. He's averaging 7.8 points per game.
Yeah.
Hasn't done shit lately. Got negative points last week. And he is currently the 27th ranked running back with no hopes of moving up that ladder at all. Why isn't he good?
Well, first of all, have you seen his grill structure on the league page?
Hang on, I'm about to right now.
I want to start with that.
Oh, damn, that's a crest-winning smile, man.
I don't know, man. He needs to wipe that shit-eating grin off his face and start running the ball a little bit more. That's what he needs to do. But I don't know why he's not good, man. He hasn't had a difficult season as far as the scheduling is concerned. I personally made a stupid trade with you, and you raped me with Spiller. So I regret it till this day, Bruno.
That's right.
Let me pitch in for my boy over here. All right, first and foremost, let's talk about this grill of his. All right, Smiles Gorgeous, being the man that I am, judging character of Smiles. You got to pick someone up like C.J. Spiller, all right? Granted, he got a little bit raped in the timing, but you got to think he's just one injury away from picking shit up, running that ball, taking it in, hitting that glory hole, as we say.
That's how we come full circle over here.
Do you really think he has what it takes, Gorgeous?
I think Gil, I think you're going to make the mistake. You're going to trade him for somebody for nothing, or you're going to drop him to free agency. As soon as you do that, Fred Jackson's getting injured. His knees can't hold up. C.J. Spiller becomes a top 10, no problem.
Absolutely. This is the same thing. I drafted him in 2 leagues. I was super high on him. I still have him in my work league. I almost dropped him for Brandon Bolden. Still available in our league. I don't know how. I think he's going to be the new lead back in New England. But yeah, he's a number 2. He's an RB2 and a run-heavy team. I like that offensive line. I love that defense. They're not the best team, but he's got to get some touches. He can't be this bad forever. He's not worth. To me, you can't drop him.
Yeah.
But he's not predicted. Definitely not.
Who's next?
Next up, you know what? Let's go to gorgeous Drew Brees. All right. Now look, Drew Brees drafted 2nd round in our draft. He is averaging 17.6 points per game, which is pretty decent. But given where he was drafted, he should be performing way better. And right now, he is the 16th ranked quarterback.
Ooh,
your boy from New Orleans. How is Drew Brees the 16th ranked quarterback right now? Why isn't he good?
That's a complex answer to that question. So first of all, in my opinion, he should not have been drafted that high. Quarterbacks in general in the 12-man league with standard format shouldn't be drafted that high. Running backs are the best to go with. Receivers you can pick up in free agency if they get hot. Quarterbacks, somebody gets injured, you got someone like Kirk Cousins come in, he could be a decent play for you. So Drew Brees, in my opinion, never should have been hot to begin with in a draft. When you say, why isn't he good? The same reason why Kenny Stills isn't good right now. All right, they don't have that deep threat down the field, and that's the problem. Now, if you look at last year, you had Kenny Stills.
Unbelievable.
If you left him open, or if you even put one-on-one out there, it's game over. Drew Brees throwing the deep ball, Kenny Stills got a touchdown. Defenses had to honor that, carry a safety over the top, one underneath. You don't have that anymore. Instead, he got Cooks, or whatever the fuck his name is, trying to compete with Colston, who shouldn't even be playing anymore, doing a bunch of cross patterns, doing a bunch of slants, making maybe 8 yards a play. Nobody can break tackles, it seems. You got to go deep. Now that Jimmy Graham's out, it's going to be even a little worse. You probably noticed I did pick up the tight end. I didn't go with the white boy, of course.
Of course you did.
Even though all the strategists or analysts out there are saying to pick him up. I mean, they say that he's less athletic of the two, right? Watson, come on. Color of his skin, come on. Who am I going to pick up? So, do I think that Breeze is going to come back? Absolutely. And I think that it's going to come with some twin tight ends until Breeze gets comfortable enough to start jumping the ball to Stills. And that's what it's going to take.
All right. I thought that was 90% bullshit. I don't know about you guys. Not bad. 16th ranked quarterback, 17 points per game. Not that bad, but in comparison to the rest, let me go over our second round. All right, keeper league, everything matters here. Second round. Let me name them off. DeMarco Murray, Marshawn Lynch, Giovanni Bernard, Aaron Rodgers, number 3 quarterback right now. Drew Brees, Brandon Marshall, Julius Thomas, Arian Foster, Jordy Nelson, Le'Veon Bell, Julio Jones, and Rob Gronkowski. With the exception of Rob Gronkowski, who's kind of turned it around, all of those are superstars except for Drew Brees right now. All right. Yeah. Let me go to the next one. This one I was planning on Sean being here. This is on his team. I guess I'll start defending this a little bit or answering it. Percy Harvin, 6.2 points per game so far. Check this out, 65. He's a 65th ranked wide receiver. Why isn't he good?
I personally worked out with Percy Harvin. Percy, shout out to my boy Percy Harvin out there, wherever you're at. Love you, man. Can't wait to do leg curls with you.
Hey, you know what? Hey, if I could just stop right there. Obviously, we have the answer why it's not doing so well this year. I mean, you do a couple workouts with Gil, it's going to fuck all your shit up.
Well,
no players working out with Gil.
The Gil workout program is the reason.
At the end of the day, Percy is there to just intimidate that defense. If you catch him on that sweep, man, the defense is on the tippy toes. So he's there as a decoy, man. I know he's averaging very low per snap, but at the end of the day, man, that defense is looking at Percy, where he's lining up, what's he doing, is he going to go for the sweep, is he going to go to the back? He's all over the place. So I think they're playing Percy very well.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something right now, just to kind of show how fucked the situation really is. Today I got a trade proposal for Percy, who I own myself for a short period of time, and it's one we should have otherwise accepted, but he's just so fucked in the hole. It's just impossible to accept. So the first one we got today, let's see. Pulling it up right now. All right, I got Percy Harvin, Storm Johnson, whatever the hell his name is, and Donnell for Jeremy Hill and Odell Beckham Jr.
That's crazy. That's not even close to fair.
Right. Harvin's just not the Harvin we grew up loving. And it's unfortunate, but you got to also think, and the reason why I could have done a trade like that is he's got 3 touchdowns called back on him last game, so he's surely capable of being a breakout player. Obviously, it just comes down to racism in the league, which is why he isn't doing what he's doing. So I don't know.
All right, the reason why he's not good, I think, is a trick question. I think he is good, and the reason why he's not scoring is because you can't trust that offense. The passes go everywhere. They ran a few plays for Harvin, but you never know when you get to the end zone. They're Javon Curse. I don't know what that guy's. I don't even know who he is, but he's scoring. Everybody scored. Doug Baldwin is scoring touchdowns. The Marshawn Lynch's backup is scoring touchdowns. You never know who the touchdown's going to. That affects the numbers too much. I don't trust that offense to draft Percy Harvin. Drafted in the 5th round in our league.
Listen, from a fantasy football standpoint, he's not doing very well. From an NFL standpoint, I think he's a phenomenal asset to that team.
I think so too. Speaking of phenomenal asset, you expect to draft a phenomenal asset in the 3rd round. Last one in why isn't he good? I'll go for this one. Keenan Allen, drafted in the 3rd round, averaging 5.9 points per game, 59th ranked receiver right now. And my answer is Same kind of answer, because the ball goes everywhere, and you can't trust them. You can't trust where the ball's going. San Diego has been killing it. Phillip Rivers, I don't know if he's ranked number 1 or I'm not sure where he's ranked, but he's doing amazing this year. Gates is getting touches. Gil's boy, your favorite on your team, Eddie Royal, is getting touches. He had 2 crazy games. And Keenan Allen is standing there. He's starting, besides the other Floyd guy. No. Yeah, the other receiver, the wide receiver 1, who is not doing so well. Mm-hmm. I think it's his time to turn it around now. There's no excuses anymore. The old tight end is getting older. The new tight end's not doing anything.
Yeah.
One wide receiver is down. It has to go to him. Got favorable matchups for the rest of the year. I'm sticking with him.
Speaking of trusting, you know who else you can't trust?
Who?
Our government.
Funny you bring that up. I was just thinking the same thing, which is why, unfortunately, you do not see this beautiful smile on this screen right now. Just can't trust the government. Can't have them putting my picture up on everything for free. I'm with you, dog.
Can't trust the government because I don't know what the hell they're hiding from us with this Ebola shit and with these weapons of mass destruction that we just discovered that we should have known about in 2003, and apparently ISIS has access to this shit now.
Whoa. Tell me what you're talking about. I missed this. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about either.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
where?
So apparently, when Bush was in administration in 2003, he launched he launched a mission to discover weapons of mass destruction in the Middle East, right?
Right.
Turns out that there was nothing found. Nothing was found. But when they went and did more ground troops were out there a couple years ago, it turns out that the Pentagon has been hiding for us that there was in fact weapons that were actually found back in 2002, 2003. But we never knew about this stuff. Why are we knowing about it 10 years down the road?
You know,
I don't know what you're talking about.
This goes back to the good state of Texas. Being a Southern gentleman shows what kind of leader Bush truly was. Because you got to think, back in the day, he needed the weapons of mass destruction as a reason to show, hey, we should be in Iraq, right? So he gets a bunch of shit from everybody saying you never found them. Most likely we're finding out now because he's keeping a secret, doesn't want to create a mass panic that they did have weapons of mass destruction, doing the greater good for the good people in America, getting shit on in the meantime. Now we're coming to find out all the good he really did. And granted, I'm a little biased. The man shook my hand in my graduation. That's all I'm going to put out there.
God. You're name-dropping W again, aren't you?
But it's a great question, and just goes to show the character that the Bush family truly has.
Name dropper.
But why hide it though? Why? What difference would it have made saying, "Yep, we found these weapons of mass destruction in 2003," versus "We kept it from you for 10 years"? What difference would it have made?
I don't know.
For one, he would have been impeached immediately. He might have been held on trial. There's deaths associated with it. There's plenty of reasons. But I haven't seen this. Looking it up right now, I see something, but yeah, whatever. Enough weapons are weapons of mass destruction. They didn't have nuclear weapons.
Speaking of nuclear weapons, glad you brought that up. Let's talk about some positive motherfuckers here. Let's talk about Odell Beckham Jr. and how much you guys want to jump on his nuts now.
Dude, he's looking good.
He is going to be the breakout player of the year. LSU developed just like Jeremy Hill, just like Ruben Randall. These guys are going off this year. You guys give me shit for holding on to them in the beginning. I'm ready to go, baby.
He's really good.
I'm not buying it yet. I'm not buying it yet. Part of it because I'm not buying the Giants' offense. Sometimes they look good, sometimes they break. Not buying. I need to see a couple of games. I need to see a couple of good games at least before I would do anything. Not gorgeous though. You only have one player on your team that you drafted. Everybody else has gone through trade or free agency for you. Rashad Jennings is the only player you held on to. Another Giant. currently injured. I'm not buying it. I think Ruben Randall is the guy I want in that offense, and that's pretty much it.
It's interesting you say that. There has been somewhat of a new strategy I am doing in that for fantasy football, not only does the player have to be good, but they have to be playing on a team that has the potential to go far. So sometimes you get these RB1s or these wide receiver ones that are hot in production stats, but they're on a shitty-ass team. And it's only a matter of time before they pull some Deshaun Jackson type shit and just shut down on people. So I want somebody who's going to have to fight all the way through because they're going to the championship, number one. Number two, as I learned with Antonio Brown, when I picked him up, super excited about the acquisition, went to Miller's Field, started watching the game, about wanted to kill myself. All right, watching the Steelers game is probably one of the worst things in this world to date that I've ever done. And I've done a lot of shitty stuff out there. There I was watching the Cowboys game, watching the Saints game, and watching the Giants game. All great games. And I had to turn my head around. All right? Literally, I had to turn my head around to watch this TV set for the Steelers game. I couldn't fucking stand it. He had to get off the team that very same day I traded his ass away. So, part of it's going to be, hey, are they playing for a winning team? Is it someone I could actually watch? Which I could watch the Bengals run game all day. I could watch DeMarco Murray. Obviously, I'm a Cowboys fan. And right now, I get so hyped up with these New York Giants receivers, I'm good to go.
I'm not hyped up about the New York Giants receiver, but the Cowboys offensive line, I could watch them all day too. They're actually, I think they're the best thing in this league right now. To me, it's J.J. Watt. I could watch J.J. Watt every single play. I'll be fine. I think he's the MVP of the league right now. And the Cowboys offensive line, close second. I could watch him. I could watch them play and block all day. You know what? While we're talking about team strategy over here, let's talk about the strategy within the strategy to win this year. Keepers. I know you guys are thinking about it, and I went through my team a few weeks ago and tried to decide who I would keep, and my decision probably needs some more looking over right now.
Kelvin Benjamin.
Do you guys have it decided? Do you know who you're thinking about keeping right now in your team if you were to the season were to end right now?
Kelvin Benjamin.
My boy.
There he is.
I thought I heard him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was watching you guys live, and all I hear is Gorgeous going on and on about the Cowboys and how he thinks he's Jerry Jones, and then Gil was trying to be Jon Stewart, so I figured I should jump into this conversation.
Let's do it.
We all appreciate that.
But keepers, I've got my three. I probably will be going Kelvin Benjamin in the 6th, Sammy Watkins in the 8th, and Isaiah Crowell in the 16th. All of them looking fantastic.
You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. All you care about is rookies. You're obsessed with rookies. If you could draft a team full of rookies, that's what you would do. You would do. Seasons of losses to have one good team in 5 years.
They're young, fresh legs. I like that.
Anybody else? I looking over my team. I think Jake Cutler was my value pick. He's awesome. Marshawn Lynch, I took him in the 2nd, which I'm okay with. Besides that, maybe Alshon Jeffrey, maybe. No, I don't know yet. I have a lot of thinking to do. I don't have any stars that jump out at me. Gil, you probably don't want to keep anybody in that piece of trash you call a team, do you?
No, I do. I have a couple of them that I would like to keep.
You did pick up a kicker today. Vinatieri would be a great kicker in the 16th.
He's getting a little old.
Kicking in a dome these days, it helps him out.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, you have any keepers?
Oh, yeah, baby. And I'm going to give credit to Sean first and foremost on this one. Sean does a great job speculating talent. My job is to try to trade for it eventually. He watches the college games. I don't. So he was blessed enough to spot Jeremy Hill, even though he is LSU alumni and LSU is a big family team with us. Jeremy Hill is definitely a keeper at whatever the hell Sean drafted him at.
12th round, Jeremy Hill.
Let's see, who else? Definitely Giovanni Bernard, who's a 2nd-round pick. I'd like to keep both of them going forward. God forbid, either one gets injured, I got the other, or if one wants to start being more like a receiver, Gio, and then have Hill running it, that'd be ideal. Now, in terms of the third one, I'm either going to have to spend the first round to get DeMarco Murray, or I'm going to get someone like Odell Beckham Jr., or I might even pick up Devontae Freeman at the end if Coach can get his shit together and give that kid some more touches. So definitely Hill, definitely Gio. I don't know for the third spot.
I can't argue with that. I don't know how it's not DeMarco Murray. I don't care if you have to spend a first rounder on him. I'd have him on my team with a first round pick, and I'll be very happy with that. All right, I got a couple other things here. We cover a lot of good stuff here. Can we talk about Joseph Randle stealing underwear and cologne? Defend your boy here. Defend your boy. Somebody, please.
We've lost it.
I'm going back to Texas on this one. Defend your boy, Gorgeous.
All right. First of all, they're not paying him enough. All right. Racism. Racism. All right. That's first. That's first. I mean, it's ridiculous that he's even getting in trouble for this. It's ridiculous that they got some look-alike of Joseph Randle to go in and perpetrate this thing because there's that much Cowboys hater out there. You know, it goes back to Gil's original statement, you can't trust the government. You can't trust them, right? Look at the hazy camera, okay? Look at the hazy camera and tell me you can definitely say that was Joseph Randle. That's ridiculous.
I thought it was a random black guy. I honestly did.
Exactly. I mean, there you go. Not only that, though, did you guys see what his father said? He says, "My son is not a thief, okay? He was just trying to get his baby out of there because she was clowning pretty bad. All he was going to do was take the baby out when he was going to come back and take care of business. And then he was walking out, he forgot to come back and pay because shit got crazy, and they chased his ass down. Unbelievable."
I heard it was because he said the line was too long and he didn't want to wait, so he just walked out with it.
Right.
You know how much the underwear was valued at?
No.
Yes, I do.
$39.50. You know how much the cologne was?
$84.
$84. Do you know what the cologne was?
I think it was Gucci Guilty Black, right?
I think it was Jupe.
Was it really?
You're just being racist now. All right, so now that we know what to get Gorgeous for Christmas, he was fined $30,000. Now, this is where I have a problem with the NFL. $30,000 for this fine. I don't know if that's too much. I don't know if that's too little. But in comparison to the dude from the Bengals, Vontae Burfict, that was twisting his ankles, he was fined $25,000. That's not even close. If you're twisting somebody's ankles in a pile, a quarterback and a tight end, Greg Olsen and Cam Newton, that's risking their career. That's trying to take them out. That's dirty. If Joseph Randle got fined $30,000, Vontae Burfict should have been fined $300,000. I don't see how those two fines are anywhere near close. No one? Twisting their ankles. What if he tears their ankles? What if he
hurts his hands trying to damage Cam Newton? That's probably more likely.
Oh, another fanboy moment. Another fanboy moment.
Love it.
Oh, this is a free platform for you to pick ride your players, isn't it?
That's all this is. That's all this is. I show up. I've got great analysis. We did do this podcast yesterday, and I had two great segments.
Both your players.
Yeah, both my players, obviously. That's what I'm saying. Those are the only ones I'm going to do research on. And, for some reason, it didn't get saved, so it was lost to the internets forever.
Government.
Of course it is. Hey, I got two more things here, two more topics I wanted to cover. Oh, no, just one more. One more topic I wanted to cover. I'm loving this keeper season, the way it's going right now. Every time I think about the three players I want to keep, I don't know who I want to keep, and it's going to be tough decisions all around. Mm-hmm. Sean has been a visionary of this league, and more I'm leaning towards understanding the Dynasty League idea and keeping the whole team and rolling with it from year to year. I can't say I just want to do it right now, but something that I do like that I think we should touch on too are the divisions. Maybe we should go to 3 divisions, and if we just want to keep it simple, the winner of those 3 divisions Those 3 winners are in the playoffs, and the 4th could be the points leader, of course, out of those 3 teams excluded. So it wouldn't matter. That's the wild card, and that's it. 4 teams in the playoffs. That way, you play 3 teams in your division twice a year, everybody else once. If I did my math correctly, everybody else once but 1 team. There's 1 team that you don't play in the season. That way, rivalries get better. There's always 1 team that gets screwed out of the playoffs, even though they had more points because they lost to the highest scoring team of the week once or twice. I think this could be a good answer. What do you guys think?
Silence. Bruno's always trying to change around the divisions and change around what we do. I feel like we have a great thing going right now. I like the top 4 go. I would be okay with top 2 from each division going if you want to keep the 2 divisions and top 2 from each division go. And then we also have our losers bracket, which keeps people from giving up. So I kind of like the situation we have now.
Okay.
I'll say this: I'm going dynasty before I do the division change for sure. But I mean, it's not a crazy idea. We just the problem I see with it is when one division just gets so strong, and the other one, dies off for whatever reason. It seems unfair that everyone else in the good division doesn't make it to the top 4, and 2 shitty teams in the shitty division make it through.
Well, if that was the case, 2 shitty teams would never make it through. Maybe 1 shitty team because the 4th team would be points. But yeah, I can see to where somebody has more wins than the shitty division leader. The shitty division team leader gets in, but the person with more wins doesn't. I get it. But, it happens in the NFL too.
It does.
Anything else? Sean, you joined in a little late. We had to defend your boy for you. Why isn't Percy Harvin good? We didn't really get a good answer. Did you see that segment?
I did. That's right about where I came in. I actually joined when Gorgeous was comparing himself to Jerry Jones.
No, Sean, I think you joined after you gave Harrison a bath.
That's exactly what we were doing. Yeah. I came in after Harrison got a bath. But I was listening. I had it pulled up and I was listening beforehand, and that's what happened. So I heard Gorgeous comparing himself to Jerry Jones. Had to jump in. I think Percy Harvin's going to be great. I think they're not showing their hand. I feel like they've done this every year. I mean, what was it, 2 years ago when they finally started running the read option with Russell Wilson in Week 12? I think Pete Carroll does a good job of hiding his hand. He doesn't want to show too many things. They're doing just fine right now with basic packages, jam the ball down the throats and simple routes, and Russell Wilson scrambling, easily. I think as the year goes on, they'll work them in more. Maybe work some triple option kind of action and see what happens. I mean, Harvin is a weapon. He can run, he can catch, and he's the fastest guy on the field pretty much at all times.
Yeah.
Now, I heard that the government is telling the NFL to call a holding penalty every time Harvin catches the ball for a touchdown. I think that's what's going on, isn't it, Gil?
Absolutely. I mean, did you not watch the game 2 weeks ago? A week ago?
All right, boys and girls.
Hold on. Let me hit my piece on Isaiah Crowell this week.
Oh, geez.
Isaiah Crowell, stone cold, great player, is going to be lights out this week. He is from Columbus, Georgia, played his first year of football at the University of Georgia, and the Cleveland Browns are coming to Jacksonville this week. A soft defense, only 4 hours away from Isaiah Crowell's hometown, and he's been working his way up that mountain, and I think this week he will peak, and we will see the emergence of a superstar. So, you heard it here.
I think you could be right. You know what? While we're on, trash talking and dick riding your players for this week, Gil, you're playing Sean. What do you got to say against that?
He's 100% correct. His team is the shit.
You just laying down? You giving up? You giving up on the Giants?
100%. He's 100% correct. Sean's team is the shit. He's gonna take it home. What's your record, Sean?
3-3 right now, sitting at 500.
Yeah. Not bad, man. Not bad. I think you're going to take it all the way home, Sean.
Well, with that attitude, he is. All right, the next matchup, Gorgeous against Ben. 2 5-1 teams going at it. I bet on Ben. I put my money on Ben for this week. I haven't lost a bet yet against Gorgeous. What do you got to say for yourself? You're not starting a defense again?
Well, let me ask you this. Why defend when you can speculate? All right? Am I really going to spend a spot on some defense that could ultimately fuck up? Some shithole quarterback goes on some crazy touchdown spree, pull some Joe Flacco shit, right? All of a sudden I'm sitting at -2, -4 points, wishing I had picked up that speculative play so I don't got to waste a waiver order, but instead I picked the defense that ended up fucking me over. I'm not going to do it. It doesn't make sense to me. I take a lot of pride in beating somebody starting only 8 people instead of 9. Get to rub it in the face a little more.
Yeah.
And right now, I saw Ben picked up Miami defense. It's going to start that against Chicago at Chicago. Don't know what the fuck he's thinking there. I'm looking forward to seeing that -2, -4, though, just to prove my case in point. You also notice he's starting Steve Jackson. All right? Come on. I mean, at Baltimore, like, he's already the shittiest running back. I don't know how he has a starting job. I don't know how he's playing over Anton Smith as many snaps as he is. You put him up against Baltimore at Baltimore, projected at 11.1. Give me a break. This dude's going to put up 4 tops. Calling it right now. Easy victory. Gio Bernard goes off at Indy. DeMarco Murray at Giants, obviously going to go off because the defense doesn't ever get a break with the Giants, it seems. Now, the 2 that I see being an issue for me, obviously, my wide receivers, Odell Beckham Jr., Ruben Randle, taking a big risk on them. The idea of being combined, one of them's going off, if not both of them. So either one of them gets a touchdown and 100 yards, 2 people's going to get a touchdown. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm ready for it. Got Prater, of course, kicker. And this has been my sleeper kicker. You guys make fun of Gil for picking up Vinatieri. Lions has a good offense. Sometimes they can't get in the fucking end zone. Prater was really good with the Broncos. I think he's going to go off with the Lions. I think he's going to get me 18 points. Just putting that out there, too.
Wow.
Well, on that note, my phone's about to die, and I was unprepared for this, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off, guys. It's been fun, and I'll see you guys this weekend.
Sean has as many phone chargers as Gorgeous has defenses. All right, thanks for coming in. We'll see you. We'll see you next time. Let me jump in here. I feel like I got an easy matchup. I'm going against Pat. Doesn't even like football.
I just can't get over the fact that Gorgeous just said his kicker was going to score 18 points. Is that possible?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Okay.
Especially with some Gilly math, it's possible.
Especially being that, I mean, he was the highest paid kicker in the league. People forget this. All right. People forget how good he is. He only missed 1 field goal the entire season last year.
Wow.
He has a couple drinks, makes a bad decision. All of a sudden, people are like, "Who the fuck's Prater?" Except me. I know he's capable of. He's gonna come through for me. He's gonna make up for any points my defense could have done. But it's a lock. Bruno, where you at with yours?
Let me just touch on that. He allegedly impregnated a girl in my second period class in high school. So
No way.
I already don't like him. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I got Alshon Jeffrey to come meet Jake Cutler for the Miami Sharks. I feel like this is Bill Bellamy catching passes from Jamie Foxx. The Miami Sharks are as solid as they've ever been. This is probably my best team that I've ever had. Marshawn Lynch, number 1, number 2 running back in fantasy. Justin Forsett filling in for better than what I thought Ray Rice could have been. Demaryius Thomas, Alshon Jeffrey, Jordan Cameron. I can plug in Travis Kelce if I wanted to. Mohamed Sanu, top 20 wide receiver going forward. I think this is a lock. I don't think that Pat is even starting a defense right now. He's got the Redskins defense on his bench against the Titans. I'm feeling very good. I think I'm going to roll into 6-1. I think I'm going to coast to the playoffs. I feel like my team is solid. I'm definitely getting into the playoffs, and if I don't win it all this year, there's, it may be luck, it may be something, but I feel like I've done the best job I could have with my team so far this year.
I was looking for a mute button with 90% of the shit you were talking, and I couldn't find it on my desktop.
You can't mute me. You can't mute me. The only way you can mute me is if you beat me, and you already messed that up.
Yeah, I know.
You know what else is in common? I have in common with you guys on this podcast. I beat the both of you already. How does that feel?
Yeah.
As I recall, it was a bullshit victory.
Yeah, what is that?
I do remember some bullshit. I do remember you did some point adjustment or some crazy shit. I don't know. But whatever, it happened. Typical Bruno-ass shit, if you ask me.
It's the government.
I remember the actual app crashed on my end that night. And then all of a sudden I got Adrian Peterson back on my fucking roster when I dropped him.
I believe it.
So, I don't know. But he's the commissioner, so we're good.
That's right. That was as many excuses as you have victories. So you're doing pretty well there.
Can't trust the white man. Cannot trust the white man.
He's not white. Don't give him credit.
Oh, I'm full white. Well, boys and girls, thanks for joining. Podcast number 2 in the books. I could do this all the time. I'm loving this. I don't know about you guys.
You can just look at yourself in the mirror and talk all day long. I know. I know.
Oh, absolutely. Well, if you guys don't love the sound of my voice, it's just me then.
Gorgeous. Good to have you, brother.
Good to see y'all, gents. Take it easy.
Good to have you guys. Good night. We're out.
Let's go, boys.